Ladies and gentlemen of the Action Army, what is going on? And welcome to another episode of Answers for Athletes. In today's video, we have a question from Nano Antidote 522, who says, I have a question. I've been jumping off my right foot my entire life, and I recently realized that my left leg is actually my dominant leg. Dunking right leg and right hand doesn't work, and I'm not going to dunk with my non-dominant hand like it is my dominant hand. My left leg now feels very awkward and weak to jump off of, and I don't know what to do. Any ideas to help me regain dominance in my left leg? So yes, absolutely. What I'm going to do in this video is give you a couple steps that you can follow to bring up your weak leg so that it is just as strong as your strong leg, so that it matches the strength and the bounce, but it's a lot harder to match the bounce off of your weak leg than your strong leg. For example, I am right-handed, so I jump predominantly off my left leg for my single leg approach. It would be really, really hard for me to get my right leg just as strong as my left leg because I've been jumping off my left leg for layups and dunks my entire life. So I also want to point out that this sometimes happens to athletes who get injuries, right? Let's say they injure their left, they're either one, but let's just say, for example, they injure their left ankle. All of a sudden they have to rely more on their right leg, so they start jumping more off their right leg. Sometimes that happens. Same thing with knees or vice versa. Sometimes they hurt their right leg and they jump more off their left. But the 4 steps that I want you to follow is number 1, do unilateral strengthening exercises. So the easiest way to bring up the strength of your individual legs is to stop doing, just add in more unilateral. So you're still going to do your bilateral exercises like your squat, your deadlift, whatever you're going to do, but you're going to add some unilateral strengthening exercises like rear foot elevated split squat, pistol squat, single leg press, single leg RDLs, step ups, etc. Exercises of that nature, unilateral strengthening exercises that are going to allow you to focus solely on that single leg so that you are not compensating with your strong leg when you do bilateral exercises. Step number 2, do unilateral plyos like single leg hops. Let me see, I wrote some down here. Explosive step ups, single leg box jumps, single leg pogos, eyes closed single leg freestyle hops, which I actually like. And I'll put a video on the screen because a lot of people aren't going to know what that is, but you close your eyes and essentially you are freestyling your hops and you are just jumping any which direction, just making it completely randomized. I also like doing this to a metronome. So you hear the in each beat is a ground contact. And yeah, that is a really good thing to do to not only strengthen your leg at faster speeds, your single leg, but also improve your proprioception, your ankle strength, your foot complex, etc. Then, this is number 3, and this is going to tie these 2 together. So step 1, do unilateral strengthening exercises. Step 2, do unilateral plyometrics. So now we have slow speeds, now we have fast speeds, and here's the main thing. Always, always, always do your weak leg first and then match that with your strong leg. So if you've been following my road to 43-inch vertical jump where I try to get back to a 43-inch vertical, most of you know that I hurt my knee. While I hurt my knee, my right leg is not nearly as strong as my left leg. It's not nearly as strong as my left leg anyways, but now that I hurt my knee, it's even weaker. My tendon is weaker. The muscle is weaker. So what I'm going to do, for example, like when I do the single leg press, is I'm going to hit a certain weight that is challenging for my right leg, and then I'm just going to match that weight and the reps on my strong leg. Because I actually did a test. I could do like 160 pounds at the time. I could do more than that now with the single leg press for 5 reps. And I don't know what I got to, like 230 pounds for 5 reps with my left leg. So like, 70 pounds, terrible at math, 80, 70, 60 pounds heavier, whatever that number is. But step number 3 is do your weak leg first and match that with your strong leg. I used to do this when I was like a teenager where I first started dunking, I did a lot of pistol squats. And I would do my weak leg first, and I would do pistol squats to failure until I could not do another pistol squat. And at that time, the number was like 8 or 7 or 8 pistol squats on my right leg. But I could do a lot more on my left leg. So I've had a history of my left leg just being way stronger than my right leg. But that's my dominant leg that I jump off. I'm right-handed, played basketball my whole life, layups all my entire life. Mainly, obviously, I can do left-handed layups. But my left leg has been stronger. But I would just match that number of pistol squats off of my left leg. So that is probably the most important step for strengthening. This next one, step number 4, is the most important step for the question, Nano Antidote. Any ideas to help me regain dominance in my left leg and jump higher off my left leg? You have to start jumping off your left leg. Like, you have to get more reps of jumping. So if you have a weaker approach, whether this is a 2-foot approach or a single leg approach, and you want to bring up that approach, you have to do more reps off of that approach. This is why in some of my programs, I have approach jump sessions where we attack the weak links, and we will do, let's say, 10 max jumps off your weakest approach, 8 max jumps off your second weakest, 6 off your second strongest, and then 4 off your strongest. So we are doing more reps off of the weaker approaches. But yeah, it's just a quick video, but I'm not sure how many people actually have these huge differences in your legs, in the strengthening of your legs. A lot of people have differences in their bounce off of their right versus their left. But when it comes to strength, a lot of people are somewhere in the same ballpark, in the same area for their legs. But I would say with every single unilateral exercise that you do, even if your strength is pretty much the same, always do that weak leg first, or always do that non-dominant leg first, and then make sure you match it with the strong leg. Also, you're going to be fresher. The first leg, you're going to be fresher. Let's say you do your right and your left, you're going to be fresher on your right leg when you do that than your left. And if you want to be fresh on both, then hit your right leg, rest as long as you need to rest, and then hit your left leg. But yeah, I'll put this in here just because I feel like it could add some value to some of you out there. But when I train my athletes in person, not too much online, but in person, what I will do is we will do rear foot elevated split squat. We will do a really intense set. Let's just say we do their weak leg first. Then we will go and we will do some bilateral upper body exercise, or even unilateral, but we will do their one leg, single leg, really intense. Then we'll do like a dumbbell bench press or something like that. Then we will come back and hit their left leg. So sometimes I do break those up so that they're fresh for both sets on each leg. Anyways, that's it for this video. Like this video if you like it, subscribe to the channel, leave your question down below if you want me to answer your question in a video just like this. And there's a link down below in the pinned comment and the description of this video with access to my advanced training programs. If you would like to take all of the guesswork out of your training, and you would like me, a professional sports performance trainer, a strength and conditioning coach who specializes in basketball players and volleyball players, to set up your sets, your reps, your exercises, your regressions and progressions, your phases, your periodization, so that you can jump as high as possible, click that link and check out my vertical jump training programs or my customized vertical jump coaching. But I will see you in tomorrow's video.